I didn't notice him at first. No one ever does. That's the worst part about people like him. They don't announce themselves. They don't knock on your door or whisper your name in the dark. They wait quietly, tucked into the edges of your life, until you finally look back and realize they've always been there. For me, it started with a photograph. I was scrolling through my phone late one night, deleting old pictures to free up space. Random stuff, screenshots, blurry shots of food, accidental selfies. Then I stopped. It was a photo I didn't remember taking. It showed me standing on a sidewalk, smiling awkwardly, arm around my sister. The background was a city street, storefronts, traffic lights, people walking past. And behind me, just over my left shoulder, stood a man. He wasn't close enough to be part of the photo, not far enough to be accidental. He stood perfectly upright, hands at his sides, staring directly at the camera. I zoomed in. His face was wrong, not distorted, not blurred. Just blank in a way that made my eyes slide off it. Like my brain refused to finish processing what I was seeing. He had the shape of a face, eyes, nose, mouth, but none of it felt fixed, as if the details changed every time I blinked. I checked the date. The photo had been taken 2 weeks earlier, the day my sister visited from out of town. I texted her immediately. Me, who's the guy behind us in that picture from your visit? Sister, what guy? Me, the one standing behind my shoulder. Sister, there's no one there, just you and me. I sent her the photo. 3 dots appeared again, appeared again. Sister, that's creepy. Sister, I don't remember anyone behind us. Sister, did you edit this? I hadn't. I told myself it was a coincidence, a random stranger caught at the wrong moment. A trick of lighting, a flaw in the camera. I deleted the photo. That should have been the end of it. A week later, my coworker Mark showed me pictures from a team dinner. Dude, he laughed, swiping through his phone. Why do you always look like someone just told you a bad joke? Then he stopped. That's weird, he said. What? I asked. He handed me the phone. In the background of one photo, taken from across the table, I saw him again. The same man. Different place, different angle. Same posture. Same attention. He stood behind me, slightly to the side, half hidden by a pillar. His face wasn't clear this time. If anything, it was worse. Like it refused to be remembered the moment I looked away. Who's your friend? Mark joked. That's not my friend, I said. Mark laughed, but his eyes flicked back to the screen. Yeah, well, whoever it is, he's staring pretty hard. That night, I searched my photo library. Every image that included me, every vacation, every party, every random shot taken by someone else. He wasn't in all of them, but he was in enough. Sometimes far in the background, sometimes close. Sometimes reflected in glass, sometimes standing in doorways. Always looking at the camera, always looking at me. I stopped taking pictures. That didn't help. A month later, a friend tagged me in a photo online. It was taken at a concert I had attended. I wasn't even facing the camera, but behind me, between 2 people, stood the man. Closer than ever. I commented asking who he was. The post was deleted an hour later. The friend messaged me privately. Friend, hey. Weird question. Me, what? Friend, do you know that guy who was standing behind you at the show? Me, no. Friend, I thought so. Friend, I don't remember him being there, but I remember feeling like someone was watching me the whole time. That was the first time someone else felt it too. After that, things escalated. People started telling me they felt uncomfortable around me in group photos. Not because of me, but because of something off behind me. One friend refused to send me pictures anymore. Another asked me, half joking, half serious, if I was cursed. Then the man moved. He stopped staying in the background. I noticed it in a mirror. I was brushing my teeth, barely awake, when something in the reflection made me freeze. He stood in the hallway behind me, not fully visible, just enough. I spun around. Nothing. When I looked back at the mirror, he was gone. But my reflection looked unsettled. Like it had seen something it couldn't explain. That night, I dreamed of him. He didn't chase me. He didn't speak. He just stood at the edge of every scene, watching. When I woke up, my phone was on the floor. The camera app was open, and a new photo sat at the top of my gallery. It was taken from inside my bedroom. I was asleep, and he was standing at the foot of my bed. I didn't sleep after that photo. I sat on the edge of my bed until morning, phone clutched in my hand, staring at the image over and over again like it might change if I looked long enough. The photo was unmistakable. It had been taken from the corner of my bedroom, near the ceiling, angled downward. The timestamp said 3:11 a.m. I hadn't woken up at that time. I was sure of it. I would have remembered. In the picture, I lay on my side, eyes closed, mouth slightly open in sleep. At the foot of the bed stood the man. He was closer than ever before, so close that I could make out details I'd never seen. His clothes looked old, but not in a specific way. No clear decade, just worn, like something that had existed too long to belong anywhere. His skin was pale, stretched tight over his face, and his eyes, I couldn't focus on them. Every time I tried, my vision slid away, as if my brain refused to finish rendering what I was seeing. I deleted the photo. It came back. I watched it disappear, the screen flashing as the file vanished. 10 seconds later, the phone vibrated. A new photo appeared, same angle, same room, but this time he was closer. His hand rested on the mattress. I threw the phone across the room. For a moment, I just sat there, breathing hard, listening to my heart hammer in my chest. Then I noticed something else. My bedroom felt wrong, not cold, not dark, smaller, like the walls had inched closer while I wasn't paying attention. I left the apartment before sunrise. I went to work early, stayed late, surrounded myself with people. I told myself that cameras lie, that stress makes you see patterns. That grief does strange things to the mind. By noon, my phone buzzed again. A message request from an account with no profile picture. No name, just a string of numbers. The message contained a single image, a photo of me at my desk, taken from behind. I stared at my surroundings. My coworkers chatted. Phones rang. Printers hummed. Everything was normal. But in the reflection of my computer monitor, barely visible, stood the man. I didn't stay to explain. I grabbed my things and left. That night, I searched the internet for answers. Reverse image searches led nowhere. Forums laughed it off. Paranormal groups offered vague explanations. Shadow people, watchers, entities bound to observers. Then I found a post buried deep in an old thread. If he appears in your photos, it's already too late. The user claimed the man wasn't a being, but a process. A gap between moments. A thing that exists only when reality is observed. Cameras, mirrors, reflections, they don't just record. They separate. They pull a slice of the world out of time and freeze it. And sometimes something steps into that slice. At first, it can only exist in images. Then reflections, then dreams, and finally... The poster ended with one sentence. When you see him without glass between you, run. I didn't know where to go. So I went to my parents' house hours away. No mirrors in the guest room. No cameras. No photos. I wrapped every reflective surface in towels. For 2 nights, nothing happened. On the 3rd night, I heard the sound of a camera shutter. Click. I bolted upright. The room was dark. My phone lay face down on the nightstand. Another click. This time, closer. I turned on the lamp. Nothing, but my phone vibrated. I didn't need to look. I already knew what I would see. The image showed the guest room, my parents' house. Me standing in the center of the room, staring straight ahead, and behind me, nothing. No man, no shadow, no blur. The caption beneath the image read, "No frame left." The next click came from the hallway. I ran. I didn't grab my keys. I didn't grab my shoes. I ran barefoot into the night. I heard footsteps behind me. Slow, deliberate, matching my pace without hurrying. I didn't look back. I knew if I did, there would be nothing between us. I don't use cameras anymore. No photos, no mirrors. No screens unless absolutely necessary. People say I look paranoid. They say I look over my shoulder too often. They're right. Because sometimes, late at night, when the lights are off and the room is quiet, I feel it. That sense of being observed. And I understand now why he followed me. Not because I was special, but because I was seen. And once something notices you through a frame, it doesn't forget how to look.